This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2015 Chevrolet Camaro SS Coupe.
This Camaro Coupe is painted in ashen gray metallic.
Frameless windows, the door panels do have storage areas. Right here is your electronic trunk release, and of course you get power windows, locks, and mirrors.
The one SS trim has cloth seating, and this one has the black interior color scheme.
Both the front seats in this one are fully powered. And now let's go ahead and start it up. On the remote, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, and panic.
While the Ford Mustang has received a lot of competition over the years, by far its most well-known rival is Chevy's Camaro, a pony car that was introduced for 1967 as a direct competitor to the Mustang. In fact, when Chevrolet was asked by automotive press what exactly a Camaro was, they replied, "A small, vicious animal that eats Mustangs." Well over 50 years later, and the Camaro and Mustang have both carved out rich legacies of their own. They're both awesome cars in their own ways, and I think it really just comes down to personal taste when it comes to choosing one. Although the Camaro stopped being made after 2002, it would return from its hiatus for 2010. The model has been in production ever since then. As of 2022, the Camaro is currently in its 6th generation. This 2015 model we have here represents the 5th generation of the Camaro, which was produced from model years 2010 to 2015. This generation also marked the Camaro's return from the hiatus it had been on since 2002, and a lot of its styling pays tribute to the original Camaros of the late 1960s. The 5th gen Camaro was based on the 2006 Camaro concept car, and it utilizes GM's Zeta platform. It was produced in 2 body styles, those being a 2-door coupe like this one and a 2-door convertible, although 2010 models are coupe only. This generation began initially with just your V6 and SS model variants, but eventually even higher performance versions would be unveiled, like the tire-shredding ZL1 and track-conquering Z28. The 5th gen Camaro did receive a number of notable updates during its 5-year run. 2011 saw the introduction of the convertible body style. For 2012, the ultra-high-performance Camaro ZL1 made its debut. 2012 models also got a new steering wheel. 2014 saw the Camaro get a mid-cycle facelift, freshening up the car with new front and rear fascias. For 2014, you also had the historic Z28 nameplate make its 5th generation Camaro debut in the form of a new track-focused version of the Camaro. 2015 was the last year of the 5th generation Camaro. It's also worth noting that this generation got loads of special edition limited production models like the Transformers Edition, Hot Wheels Edition, Indy 500 Pace Car Edition, and so on. So the 2015 model year Camaro had quite a lot of variants and trim levels to choose from. First, you've got the LS and LT models, which have a 3.6-liter V6 engine with 323 horsepower. From there you have the famed Super Sport, or SS, which gets its power from a 6.2-liter V8 with up to 426 horsepower. Automatic transmission SS models have a slightly different version of that engine, which only makes 400 horsepower. But then you get to the ZL1. This one has a supercharged 6.2-liter V8, which is good for 580 horses. Last but not least is the Z28, which is powered by a big 7-liter naturally aspirated V8 with 505 horsepower. The Z28 is specially tuned to be effective and nimble on the track, with enhanced aerodynamics, a big drop in weight, and upgrades to the suspension, tires, and the like. Transmission options for most of the range include a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed automatic. The sole competitors for the Camaro include the Ford Mustang and Dodge Challenger.
In the instrument cluster, you have 4 analog gauges. You got your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. The center is a digital info display, which you can go through via the controls on this turn signal stalk. Cool performance menu. Got your lap timers. It has a 4-spoke design, multifunctional leather-wrapped steering wheel. There are sport grips at 10 and 2. You have a nice SS badge at the bottom. As for controls, on this side you have your cruise control, and on this side you have your audio controls with your hands-free phone and voice commands. You also have paddle shifters for manually shifting the transmission. This is a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. I know when this 5th gen Camaro came out back in 2010, it had this unique deep dish steering wheel, really cool looking with the Camaro in the center. And for 2012, I believe they switched it to this steering wheel, which is used in many Chevys and GMs. I do think it looks nice though. You have your headlight controls, air vent for the driver. Right here is your high beam, turn signal, and information display stalk. And right here is your wiper stalk. Now going down the center of the interior, you have your air vents, your touchscreen interface for your MyLink infotainment system. We'll go over that more in a bit. Physical volume, power, and tuning knobs. Your hazard light button. Got the controls for your single zone climate control. Some storage below that. Your traction control button along with a power outlet. The parking brake is hand operated. You've got 2 cup holders behind the shifter. And you have a center console with some storage along with another power outlet, a USB port, and an aux port. The glove box is lockable. Nice frameless rear view mirror. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors. Passenger airbag indicator. Your overhead lighting. So here is your MyLink infotainment system. This is the whole touchscreen. And then on the side, these button-looking things are actually touch sensitive, so basically touchscreen as well. Right now we're on the radio screen. You can change the source, so it's got AM, FM, Sirius XM, and then of course you've got all your other connectivity options, including Bluetooth. So push home takes you to your main menu, just takes you to anything you might have. AM, FM, XM, now playing screen, fuel prices, it ties into the Sirius XM travel link. If you have a subscription, phone for parent to phone, tone, so bass, mid, treble, your audio settings, Then config. By the way, tone and config, these are shortcut buttons. Takes you to the same thing. All your configuration settings. But now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. Both of the windows are fully automatic.
This 1SS comes with these 20-inch 5-spoke alloy rims. The automatic Camaro SS is powered by GM's L99 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. This pushrod 2-valve per cylinder V8 puts out 400 horsepower at 5,900 RPM and 410 pound-feet of torque at 4,300 RPM. That power is transferred to the rear wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode. It can run on regular unleaded, but premium is recommended. It has a 19-gallon fuel tank, and EPA estimates for the automatic Camaro SS are 15 mpg in the city and 24 mpg on the highway. It has a 4-wheel independent suspension, as well as 4-wheel ventilated disc brakes with 4-piston Brembo calipers. Curb weight for the automatic Camaro 1SS Coupe is about 3,946 pounds.
Front passenger seat has a storage pocket on the back. And needless to say, space is not good back here, but it's a muscle car, and chances are you're not going to buy this to haul people around, but especially full-size adult, not going to be comfortable at all back here. Dual exhaust.
Cargo space in the Camaro Coupe is 11.3 cubic feet.
And as you saw earlier, the fuel cap is on the passenger side. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2015 Chevrolet Camaro. As always, stay on the lookout for future tours.